Hello and welcome to Derby County Women in Focus. On this month's episode, we've got an East Midlands Derby victory to look back on. We'll talk to one of the goal scorers later in the programme. But we begin with a woman who made her 100th appearance for the club in that win at the City Ground. Emily Joyce is Derby through and through.
Yeah, so I didn't actually know it was definitely going to be that day. I knew it was coming up around. And then obviously after the match, when they said it was officially like the 100th appearance, I couldn't have really topped it off a better way. To come away 2-1 winners at the Forest ground, there's no better way to kind of top it off. And I was kind of thinking afterwards, I actually have had all 100 appearances like under Sam as well. So really like appreciative for all the chances I've been given.
Just on Sam, she's been sort of a big part of your journey, hasn't she?
Yeah, so she was my Centre of Excellence manager at under-17s, and I had a really good relationship with her there, and then went off to Birmingham after that, and then kind of kept that link with her and came back then now, and obviously she was the manager her first season when I first started, so it was kind of like a fresh start, and like I say, to have got all those appearances under her is really special.
Does your relationship with her change at all? I mean, maybe it's always been that way if it's always been coach and player, but now she's the manager. Is it a little bit odd?
Not so much. Like, I think when I was younger, it's kind of different because there's that kind of different style of coaching. Probably like you're dealing with like a teenager more than you are dealing with an actual player. Like when I came as a first team official player, so that kind of changed. But I suppose I really got on with her from when I was in under-17s, and it's never changed. I've always had like a really good rapport with her and with Bart as well, the assistant manager. So that's kind of just carried on, and I always feel like I can go to her for anything. So that's really important to me.
Derby fan, as we said, growing up, what are sort of the big memories as a supporter that you have?
My main one would be obviously the Leeds playoff semi-final, like going, watching it at home. It was just amazing to be, it was a 1-0 down in like the first leg and no one had ever done it before, and to come back and just remember screaming in the lounge. And like I say, we were just chatting before as well, like with my dad having been a Leeds supporter as well. Before my mum converted him, it was really nice to kind of get that win over them as well. So yeah, that was probably like up there with one of like the best moments.
For someone who, you know, has had an association with the club for a long time as a player, is a supporter as well, how special was it for you for the sort of the formalisation of the relationship in the summer and you guys properly becoming part of the football club? Do you think it meant even more to you?
Yeah, I think thinking back to at the start when I first signed back here and thinking of it as a girl at Centre of Excellence, there wasn't kind of that, there was no link really. That's why I suppose I chose to go to Birmingham, because that was a better pathway there. Whereas now, hopefully girls are looking at it that are younger in the academy and they're thinking, no, there is more direction for them to go up to the first team and be part of that kind of one club. And I was saying in a different interview, all of the changes that have occurred over my 5 years, 6 years, I think it is here, it's crazy. And obviously to have the hub, to have all the facilities here at Moor Farm, it does make us feel like it is that one club philosophy. So yeah, it's changed a lot and for the better.
You've had some ups and downs here, you know, a couple of Player of the Year awards, the ACL as well. It's been a journey already.
Yeah, so first season was really good, then kind of got Player of the Year at the end of it, fans player, and then literally went from such a high to such a low. I think I remember being presented with the award from you actually, then literally on the Tuesday, then on the Sunday literally tore my ACL, so it was from such a high to such a low. I had a really good like ACL rehab though, it was really quick, which was good, but then obviously then COVID hit, so in a way it was kind of a good thing because it kind of gave me even longer to kind of get back to full fitness, and then came back, and then obviously it kind of got null and void a few seasons because of COVID, and then I feel like well, especially last season, just really hit the ground running, and to win the Player of the Year kind of topped it off, and like I say, to get 100 appearances as well, on top of that, when I missed out on a whole season, was really special to me.
This season, do you feel like the team has hit its stride yet, or is there still a way for you to go?
No, I think we're still kind of finding our feet. Although there's only been like a few additions, I think we're still getting used to each other. And I think from the last few games, we've certainly shown some more consistency. And we've got a few away matches now, and we seem to be doing better on the road at the moment. So I'm hoping we can pick up some more points and really kind of push on now. I mean, the league table is so tight at the moment that you can win a match, and I think we're 7th at the moment. You can go even higher. It's crazy. So yeah, I think we just need to keep that consistency, and hopefully we can get some more wins on the road.
Derby's own Emily Joyce there. Well, a little bit like the men's team, the Ewes are having more success on the road than at home recently. Wins at Nottingham Forest and Huddersfield, defeats at home to Newcastle and Stoke. The Ewes also beat Doncaster Rovers Bells pretty convincingly to reach the second round of the National League plate. Maybe a good thing then that the next 3 games are all on the road, including league trips to Northampton and to Halifax. Derby aren't back home until December, when they'll face Burnley and then Liverpool Feds in the new year. That's all to come. Now, when Yasmin Mosby left Nottingham Forest and joined Derby County in the summer, I think there was probably one fixture she had her eye on. And I think it's fair to say that her return to the City Ground went pretty well.
Obviously, it was early in the game. That's all I remember. I didn't know it was 3 minutes in or whatever it was, 3 minutes. I just remember Elle obviously taking a chance and running down the wing because we didn't have possession. I think Jacko played it like just in the channel. Yeah, Elle was just used the pace to get around the defender. The keeper came out, but obviously couldn't get there, so she tried to retreat, so the goal was basically open. And yeah, I just got in front of my marker because I knew Elle was going to put it on the floor in the 6-yard box, so it worked.
It's a pretty nice way for that game to start for you.
Yeah, perfect. Didn't expect. I wanted to score, obviously, and I genuinely thought I was going to score that game with the emotions of it all. But didn't expect it in 3 minutes. But perfect start.
That's interesting that you had that feeling. Did you get that a lot, that sort of knowing that you're going to score?
Yeah. Obviously this season I haven't scored quite as many as I'd like to yet. But obviously it's a new formation for me personally. There's a few new girls and injuries and stuff, so hopefully get that feeling a bit more soon.
And how was the day in general for you, sort of going back to a former club and with it being the local derby as well? Yeah,
obviously I only played for him last season. Obviously Stegs were there 4 years, I think, so maybe a little bit different for her. But, you know, we know quite a few of the girls there. But just treat it like any other game, really. Obviously, it's a derby, so that's mainly the big difference between that and a normal game for me, really. Did
the girls that have been here for a while, did they explain what it means? Did Hannah get on the mic or anything before?
I think you just know. Obviously, playing the other side of the derby last year, you know. Yeah. But yeah, obviously you just know that everyone is up for it in the change room. It just means a little bit more. And
presumably you've still got friends and former teammates there. In the weeks before, the days before those games, is there any contact? Do you ever speak, or is it easier and safer just to not, just in case?
I don't think either of us, me or Stegs, talked to them a few days before. She obviously has more closer connections there. For being there a bit longer than I have. But I don't think we had much contact. Probably not trying to give too much away for each formation and tactics, and yeah.
Where do you put that performance and that result in context of the season so far? Are you satisfied with how it's going?
Obviously not overall. None of us are satisfied with, obviously we haven't picked up too many points. Last week, the 3-game week was a good 6 points to get on the board. We hoped it was going to be 9, but obviously 6 is a good place to be at. In terms of obviously the City Ground, the Forest game, it was a great performance from everyone. Even the people that didn't get in the squad, obviously they were there supporting us. So yeah, it was just a big push for that week.
Do you use that game as an example of this is what we can achieve, this is the levels we can get to, now we need to do that more consistently?
Yeah, exactly. So obviously everyone was elevated from Forest, but we got on ground zero straight away because we had a game in 3 days' time. training in 2 days' time. So we only really had Monday on a high. We had to refocus for the Wednesday game, and we didn't get the points there. But it was a tough 3 games in a week, but we got the 6 points in the end, so it's all right.
You moved from Forest in the summer. How long does it take you to sort of settle in and adjust to a new club? You did it there a year ago as well. Yeah,
honestly, it's not long, but I think that's a testament to the girls that we've got here. And the family that they've already created, just coming in, it was pretty easy, to be honest.
And looking forward, I know you might have a lot of cup fixtures getting into December. The league is obviously the focus. Do you have targets personally and as a team for the next few weeks?
Yeah, well, personally, obviously, I need to hopefully get on a scoreboard or, assist and create goals. Because, like the weekend, we scored 4, so hopefully a few more like that. And then, obviously, we're knocked out of the Cup, so we're in the plate now, so hopefully go as far as we can in that. Realistically, we could win that. But I think personally the main focus is the league, especially not picking up too many points in the first part of it.
That's Yasmin Mosby, and that's it for this episode of Derby County Women in Focus. We're back next month. Until then, you can get more information and tickets at dcfc.co.uk. Goodbye.